Hello everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play world featuring the Mindcrack mod pack and Feed the Beast. This is going to be episode 23 of this particular series, and here I basically got the matter fabricator that I built last episode, and just need a way of powering it. So what I've got here, I've spent some time making a bunch of steel and creating me some turbine housings, as well as other parts needed for this. Basically a lot of steel. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the recipe of this particular thing. Now this is a multi-block structure, as it shows there, and at least to get one particular bit of steam turbine, I need to get 4 of these particular recipe. So yeah, I made enough for 2. So yeah, blocks of steel. Wow. And these turbine rotors are just as expensive. And I do have a boiler down here that I have created. That took a little bit more than a stack of steel to make, as well as these fireboxes that took bricks and fire charges and furnaces to make those. And I also made me a Zycraft tank down here, which is basically the same as that thing right there, just to supply me water to this boiler. Now what I need to do is get me a way of getting some solid fuel in here. These are solid fueled fireboxes for this high pressure boiler, and I need to get me a few items. Right, now for this boiler we need to get fuel into this, so I have me an ender chest, which I am going to place right down here, along with some other stuff. There we go. There's an ender chest. Next we're going to place a transposer on top of it. I need a gravity tool, screwdriver, and there we go. Now I need a tube. Why did I not grab me a tube? Let's grab me a tube. Okay. Tube is right there. Cool. And in we go. Right. So, tube. Okay, next timer. Let's 2 seconds is fine, and a lever. Okay, so there's that. We have things burning quickly. Things burning very quickly. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I think we need to increase this. Right. Go. This is going to consume these very quickly. Wow. Okay. I knew they were buffed, but wow. These blaze rods are not going to be very effective for this. Huh. Oh well, we'll see. Okay, problem here. Turns out I've cleaned myself out of the blaze rods that are in my my system here, and it's going very slowly. Things are not heating up nearly as fast as I would have hoped. And yeah, I think I need to think of a different solution for getting me my fuel for this. You know, hearing this thunder, that gives me an idea, but this is going to be expensive to tap into that. Really expensive. It's even more so than the matter fabricator itself. Ew, not cool. You know, I think fueling that boiler is going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought, so I believe the best way to do this, at least with the solid fueled firebox, would be using charcoal, simply because that is a renewable resource, and we can at least ramp things up a bit using a few forestry machines. Namely the Arboretum, which I have showcased in my FTB Basics videos. So I will go ahead and make me some trees and get the Arboretum up and running. Okay, we've got one Arboretum set up. So now what I want to do is set up some stuff for actually collecting the items from this. So let's go ahead and put a pipe there. Let's put an emerald pipe. I said an emerald pipe there. And set up some more pipe to a chest, just for the testing purposes right now. And we need to grab our wrench. Okay, that should be good. Hey now, don't do that. Thank you. Okay, now I gotta figure out this thing. Aha, filters. Okay. Now I need to put a sapling in there. I do not have any saplings at the moment, which we can grab. Sapling. There. Alright. So with that, let's go ahead and turn this on and then see how this goes. Well, here we are seeing the logger in action. Now, what I am basically looking at right now is this emerald pipe. This pipe, it actually acts as somewhat of a filter, so I can actually put items in here so that it can actually filter things to a specific location. However, this particular pipe, when it encounters an item that it has in its filter, it acts like a normal Buildcraft pipe, in that the intersection here, it randomly puts that item through its assorted directions, which is not cool in my opinion. I may have to see about setting up a red power setup for this. Right, looking in the chest here, this is our product of our farm here. We've got a decent amount of wood, some sand, and some birch saplings. Simply because, yeah, I have birch trees here. Awesome. Okay, so with this, I need to figure out what I need to do with these particular products. So obviously the wood is going to go towards making our charcoal. However, some of it I actually want to put back into the system. And yeah, that's actually one reason why down here I have Stirling engines, so that I can actually burn birch wood with it. So I would like about half of the produce here to go back into those engines to power the farm again, and the other half is going to go and be burnt. So as for the saplings here, saplings beyond the ones that'll go back into the Arboretum to be planted, I want those to go into a fermenter system. So yeah, basically that'll entail me changing up my current fermenter system to accept saplings, which will be easy enough. Yeah, so definitely once this gets going, we will be producing a lot of saplings, which is going to be very nice for fuel production. And we might actually upgrade these engines to use the biomass. We'll see. Anyway, with this, I need to go ahead and figure out what I want to do with these pipes. Well, I have been doing a little bit of messing around with this system here. I implemented red power instead of the Buildcraft on this, simply because I didn't like the pipes. And after a few iterations, this is at least working the way I want it to. It doesn't look all that great, but yeah, at least this works nicely. I can get this thing a little bit more compact, but I'll just do that later. In any case, what I have here, I have a filter, actually inputting into the Arboretum with the saplings. I do have this on the top because this is a part of red power's placement. Yeah, up on the top, that's what places it in the middle here. Yeah, otherwise on each of the sides here, it'll input over here or over here. So yes, I also have a relay here that actually acts as the pipe input for the logger, and that pulls out the saplings and the logs, so it can be placed into this chest or this chest over here, which is right next to a fabricator. Now this chest over here is next to a fabricator. The fabricator is making the logs into planks, and that is actually being pulled out of the fabricator with this transposer and being put into each of the Stirling engines underneath the logger and Arboretum. Very good. So that is basically a self-sufficient log harvesting system. The only thing that I need to worry about now is inputs. So at least into the Arboretum and this here forester here, I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, for inputs here I do need humus. So yes, good stuff. I need to create a way to make the humus and to put it into the Arboretum. And that I will think about presently. Okay, thinking about our input for our humus. Basically what I'm going to need is wheat. And that's about it. So what I can do with the wheat, I can go in here, I can actually craft the wheat in such a fashion here to get a plant ball. Okay, now the plant ball can be macerated, and that produces dirt. Okay, so with that in mind, what I can do with that is put it back into a crafting grid, dirt and wheat, to get me compost. Okay, and then compost is what I need as my major crafting ingredient for the humus, along with 8 more dirt. So yes, basically I just need to automate a wheat farm, and then I should be good with the humus. Time for a quick test here. Something that I want to at least find out if it works or not. I'm kind of doubting it will, but we'll see. What I have here is a deployer with a seed bag in it. The seed bag does have seeds in it, yeah, these things. Anyway, I also have a transposer, and I want to see if actually piping seeds into the deployer actually puts the seeds in the deployer or in the seed bag itself. So let's go ahead and toss some of these into there, and that goes in the deployer. Okay, that is just fine. Alright, just wanted to know. One more thing I would like to test with these deployers here. I want to go ahead and place one so it points up to this here dirt block, and then I want to till it, and then fill up the deployer with some seeds, lever, and see if this actually plants the seed up here. And it does not. Okay, very good. Now I think I would like to run some tests here using these fabricators. So what I want to do is, have them in this here orientation, have a chest in certain spots. Now I do know that the fabricator does share inventories with chests adjacent to them, but I would like to know what happens when it goes and does its thing. Basically, where the finished product ends up when there are two or more in this particular setup. Okay, so what I would like to do is go ahead and make planks, and then in this one make stairs. You know what? No, not stairs. Let's see here. Not stairs, but slabs. Okay. Cool. And then I'll do the same thing over here. I would want this one to be planks, this one to be stairs, or planks, slabs. Okay, and then I would want to go there. Okay. Now this one, boop. So it does not go back into the chest. That's what I wanted to know. Now okay, now in this, see, in light of that one, I am curious if no, not that. This. There we go. Okay, so with that orientation, if we put the logs in there, that should eat them up, and we'll have our slabs over here. Okay, so it does end up on the last one in line here. And double checking here, we have planks over here and no slabs here. Okay. Right, that's good to know. Okay, in light of our last experiment, I would like to know what happens when the two fabricators share a common ingredient. Say, these planks and these ones. Let's try both with slabs. Okay, so in we go. Now, what happens? Does one get priority over the other? Not particularly, no. Okay, so they both share. That's good to know. Right, one last experiment here with these fabricators. I've got it so that these are set up a little bit differently so that they will actually craft on a pulse, on a redstone pulse. And let's see. And same thing here with the planks to the slabs. And I do have the, yep, very good. So let's try it. One pulse, and okay, they both shared nicely. Alright, now to see about what exactly I want to accomplish with this. Alright, I believe I have everything that I want in this particular setup, so this will actually be the engine of our wheat to dirt to humus generator. So, yep, basically I have our recipes here: wheat to plant ball, wheat and dirt to compost, and compost and dirt to humus. Very good. So, these are all set up to where they'll craft on a pulse, so I will have this on a timer, as well as, extracting everything and putting all the products back into this chest so we can actually get it somewhat self-sufficient. So with that, we will see how it goes. Well, it looks like it's time to go ahead and visit the underbelly of the tree muncher one more time, but that is not what I came here to do. I basically came down here to go over here, dig me out a hole, and get me some item stuff sorted out for the tree farm. Very good. So I have a sorting machine. I am going to stuff that right there. And let's see, over here I'm going to have my humus engine. So I will put down a fabricator here, here, here. Cool, that's where that's going to go. And then my I see two machines, or should I say the, oh, which add-on was that? Come on, advanced machines, yep. The macerator and the induction furnace is actually vanilla Buildcraft, no, not Buildcraft, but IC2. Man, am I doing good today or what? Okay, so that's basically where all of the machines are going to be. Now I just need to figure out how to get piping and wiring and all of that sorted out. Okay, things got complicated pretty quick. So yeah, as you can see, I've been tinkering a good bit here, just doing some trial and error stuff. Yeah, I would have recorded it, but it was just me hoeing and humming a lot, figuring out what I wanted to do here. So, what I have here, I have a sorting machine hooked up to an input chest. This input chest I'm actually going to put up on the tree farm, basically where that one chest is that's outputting to all of the stuff from the forestry machines. So that's going to sort all of this, so any logs are going to go here, and any let's see, any sand is going to go to this chest, which is going into my sorting system. And as for the saplings, haven't figured that one out. But let's see, as for the stuff for wheat, yeah, this is going to be input from both the wheat and the tree farms. And yeah, the wheat is going to go into here. It's going to go over to the macerator, and then that macerator, that's the macerator, yes, and then back through this here retriever, and there's going to be a chest here, of course, and all the rest of it's going to go. So awesome stuff. So I just need to figure out exactly where things are going to be connected, and redstone, and then I'll show it to you after I'm done. Alright, I do have the redstone figured out now, which is pretty cool. I didn't think that I was going to be using nearly as many of these jacketed wires as I did, but that made it a lot easier in the end. So yeah, I basically just connected all of these that required redstone together with either the redstone tubes or the jacketed wire, which is good, and got all this over here. That is painted brown. And good stuff. Now, the biggest problem here that I found was this thing. Since that is actually making 4 compost, I did want this to run less than these two. So, what I did was I hooked all this up to a toggle latch. And that should actually pulse this thing about half the time as the rest of everything else. Good stuff. Now, the only thing that I need to do is put down a timer, and this should be fully functional. And I do want a lever as well. Okay. Now, timer and a lever. Cool. So, that's connecting everything, which is awesome. And everything's good. Now you notice that I do have green ender chest here. That's for saplings. And let's see. Last thing that I need to do is I need to connect bluetricity to this here retriever. And it looks like I'm going to need to get more covers. Yes, more covers. So you there's more covers. Okay, let's see here. So I need blue alloy wire. Boop, 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 boop. There. Ha. So everything looks good now. with that, everything is hooked up. Sweet. Now I just need to figure out where I need to put the wheat farm. Alright, we have us our input chest for all of this. Now, upon second thought here, all of this system down here with the fabricator going, with the logs fueling the forestry machines, found that is a little bit inefficient, and yeah, actually fueling it with the charcoal would be better. So I do want to go ahead and let's see, put the pneumatic tubes on the bar and just refashion this a little bit. I want this to go down here and all of this to go away. Okay, so this, now what we want to do here is actually just replace this fabricator with something else. Bother. I want which ender chest? Not that one. That one. No, that's the one that I want. Right there. Okay. Yes, color coding is awesome. And with that, yeah, that is actually the chest that will hold all the charcoal. Well, I have run into a bit of a problem here, just with configuration, at least how Red Power sets things up. It looks like, at least on each of the sides, the input is actually here in the sands area. So I need to go ahead and do some more moving around and make sure everything works. And I also believe I need to go ahead and end this episode here. So yeah, I do have a few problems to iron out here. I will at least show that somewhat solved, hopefully, next episode. And I hope you enjoyed this one. And one thing to note about this particular setup with these farms, with forestry, these are being deprecated. So in any newer versions of Minecraft and newer versions of forestry, you will not be able to use these farms. So yeah, kind of a bummer. I do like these farms simply because you can completely automate them with a few different steps. But hey, we'll see how it goes with the newer versions. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this one. Go ahead and leave a like if you did like this one, and I will see you on the next one.